A lot of people who have invested in XRP don't even know how awesome what they have is. If I told you that early investors in XRP are part of a small group that could make huge profits as the world's financial system changes, would you believe me? XRP is ending up being more than just another coin. It is becoming an important part of how foreign payments are made in the future. Ripple is continuing to form relationships with some of the biggest banks in the world. The value of XRP is about to go through the roof. Also, the early adopters will be the ones to gain the most, just like the 1% of investors who can see the best financial opportunities. Take a look. Early adopters of Ripple's technology bought XRP for as little as a few cents. As big banks and payment providers around the world adopt Ripple's technology, the price of XRP has steadily gone up. We're still in the early stages though. The use of XRP as a bridge currency for international payments is becoming more and more clear as Ripple's network grows and more banks join. Large banks and other financial companies are beginning to trust Ripple's technology. This trust has led to a rise in the demand for XRP. Investors who saw the promise early on and kept their money in the market are seeing a bigger reward every day. They're pretty much the only ones in this group, and their investments could soon pay off in a big way. What's the big deal about this? Because XRP is more than just a coin. It's a tool that helps fix real problems in the banking system. XRP is set to play a big role in the shift toward digital solutions for everything from sending money to making payments around the world. But what makes it even more important is that Ripple's technology is made to work with regular banking systems without any problems. The size of this crypto project isn't small. The business world is starting to use this technology. People who invested in XRP are riding the wave of a change in finance. Those who got in early will be in the top 1% of investors who saw this coming and set themselves up for huge success. There is a huge amount of room for growth, and this is just the start. The idea of early investment is the key to understanding why XRP owners are in such a lucky spot. XRP wasn't nearly as well known when it first came out on the market as it is now. People who bought XRP early on could do so for fractions of a penny, which most people today would think is ridiculously cheap. For people who saw the promise in Ripple's technology and XRP's use as a bridge currency ahead of time, this was a big deal. Early acceptance is often the key to making a lot of money, and people who were brave enough to invest in XRP early on could make a lot of money as banks and other financial institutions around the world continue to use it. Early investment is very important because it lets buyers get in on something that could become huge. Just look at the people who put money into Apple, Amazon, and Bitcoin early on. People who jumped in early because they thought these technologies would be useful in the future got huge gains. Ripple's technology, which runs XRP, is becoming more important to the world's banking system. It also solves real-world problems, like slow, expensive cross-border payments. Demand for XRP is expected to rise as more banks use RippleNet to send money quickly and cheaply. This is because Ripple is becoming more popular in the banking industry. There are early owners who are about to get rich in ways they could never have imagined when they first put their money into the company. The truth is that XRP's future is getting better every day. Big names in the financial world, like Santander, American Express, and PNC, are always signing agreements with Ripple. These companies are interested in Ripple's technology because it solves a major problem in the world of payments. It makes deals across borders faster, cheaper, and more efficient. As the number of banking and financial partnerships between Ripple and other companies grows, XRP's role as a bridge exchange in these deals becomes more important. More people want to buy XRP, which could cause its price to rise over time, which would be good for people who have been holding on to it since the beginning. People who bought XRP early will be able to benefit from Ripple's access, and XRP will become an even more important part of the future of banking as more people use it. In simple terms, investing early is the only way to join the wealthy 1%. People who invested in XRP early on and saw its potential are in a strong situation. The need for XRP will only increase as Ripple continues to add more banks and other companies to its network. People who took a chance early are now on the verge of something amazing, an asset that could change the way we do business in the future. Not only did the 1% of investors who got in early make a smart choice, but their money will also grow in value as XRP's role in the world economy grows. Even though the trip isn't over yet, those who got in early have a very bright future ahead of them. XRP isn't just another cryptocurrency, it's an answer to a real-world problem. This is becoming more clear as Ripple continues to make progress in the global financial system. For years, traditional banking systems have had trouble with payments across borders. This is where Ripple's technology comes in. By acting as a bridge currency, XRP makes it possible for banks to send money across borders more quickly and for less money than standard methods allow. This changes everything for banks, businesses, and customers. It's one of the main reasons why big financial players are paying more attention to Ripple and XRP. The fact that XRP works with regular banks makes it even more valuable in the eyes of investors. Ripple's technology works perfectly with banks, unlike many other cryptocurrencies that don't connect to the current financial system, payment service companies, and other banks. This means that XRP isn't just a speculative asset, it's also a tool that can be used in the real world, which makes it much more appealing to big buyers. Financial companies and banks don't want to take a chance on new technology that hasn't been tested or isn't in line with financial rules. Ripple, on the other hand, has worked hard to make sure that its technology meets the rules that governments all over the world have set. Because of this level of dedication, XRP is becoming a more appealing choice for banks seeking a faster and cheaper way to handle funds between countries. We can expect a big rise in the price of XRP as Ripple's network continues to grow. As more financial companies join RippleNet, more transactions will need XRP to make them possible. This increased use of XRP causes a positive feedback loop. As more institutions use it, the price could go up because there will be more demand for it. These are huge chances for people who invested in XRP early on to see their money grow. The more Ripple is integrated into the world's banking system, the more important XRP becomes. This makes people who own XRP very lucky. When we think about the future, it's easy to see how XRP could become an important part of the world's banking system. XRP can change the way money moves between countries, making deals faster, cheaper, and more efficient. It's not just possible, it's happening right now. As Ripple continues to make deals with new companies,